One of the details of this conference that really inspires me is that a simpleton, a surfer like myself, can wrap my head around this concept of localization. And that makes me really excited for the future of this. It is a complex issue, but it is a wonderful solution that Helena and her team are putting forth. And I feel that that is something that's really digestible for people my age and younger, for all of us. But like the young fella who stood up here at the audience gap and asked for a way to communicate what we would experience here to his friends and his community, I too feel the same. And I feel that this is a model that we can really confidently share with each other. And that's really, really exciting. That's really exciting for me and for all the friends that I've spoken with when we speak about localization as a model, an actual option to move forward with. And Helena and John asked me to come here and speak about a life lived close to nature. And this is where I've spent my life, in the ocean. I've been surfing since I was about 6 years of age. I think in that whole time I've probably spent a week out of the water since then. I mean it. It is my life. It is where my greatest love is. And since that has been the central part of my life, it has led to a feeling of connection, a relationship that's very, very deep and has led to wanting to protect it. The great oceanographer and marine conservationist Sylvia Earle says, before you are moved to protect something, you have to love it. And I really agree with that. And you can see that, I think, with the people we've already heard from here tonight and the rest of the people involved with this conference. They're in love with what they're doing. They're in love with this planet, with their communities, with their professions, with their farmlands, their river systems, whatever ecosystems they live within. There is a deep love there, and in that love, in that relationship, I feel there is this wonderful two-way dynamic where we love this other being, this other place, another person, whatever it is, and that when we give attention to that other, I think it gives back to us. And that sense of connection is something for me which is just incredibly sustaining and motivating when it comes to working on these hard issues. So for example, I've been surfing all my life. In 2004, 2005, with another local fellow around here, Howie Cook, we started a group called Surfers for Cetaceans, working on cetacean issues around the world, which are cetaceans are the dolphin, whale and porpoise family. And basically, through all this time of being in these waters and seeing these amazing creatures surfing waves far better than we could ever dream of doing, we developed this group to help educate our surfing community around the world, and through our own media sources speak about the threats these animals and ourselves faced in coastal areas around the world and activate our surfing community. Now, when we started the group, we went online and registered the group and started filtering information out. I interviewed Captain Paul Watson and sent out the Sea Shepherd message through our networks. 2 days after registering our group, I was surfing just an hour down the coast, the coast from here at Angari, and I had a bottlenose dolphin, push a tiger shark, a charging tiger shark, away from me. 2 days after starting this group, and I'd surfed my entire life, and that had never ever happened. A few years later, we were about to go to Japan, where I had a lot of surfing friends there, where we wanted to conduct a peaceful ceremony in the cove known as Taiji Cove, where we formed a surfing circle, which is held for surfers who pass away. We form a circle and send our respect to the fallen one. And we figured in a place like Japan with wonderful ceremony and ritual that this would be a great thing to do there, to highlight what is happening in that place and to help open up lines of communication with our surfing friends. Now, in the lead up to going there and doing this, I had so many unbelievable interactions with dolphins in this area that never ever happen outside of the times where we're working on campaign. At one stage, I was surfing just at Brunswick Heads, and I had a baby humpback whale that was on migration come up right beside me and lift its side fin out of the water, put its fin up, and we touched. And it was like a interspecies high five, which was maybe a little bit cosmic. You're in Byron Bay, dolphins, whales, it's just the way we talk around here. But actually they do have a skeletal system in their fins. There is the skeletal system of a hand. If you look at that, you'll see that. So high fives, awesome. And then we went to Japan and we carried out our activity. A year ago, we were in California carrying out another education campaign there with local groups, working with young surfers and schools and whatnot. And the blue whale, the biggest animal to have ever lived on the planet, 90 feet long. At one stage, we were in our little kayaks traveling down the coast, and a blue whale popped up right beneath our kayak, 90 feet long, the biggest animal ever on the planet, and popped up so close our kayak rocked, and I actually did a lot of screaming and shouting and carrying on and freaking out that this had happened. I thought we were going to get flipped, but it was checking us out. And these sort of interactions have happened so many times now, but they only ever happen when I'm working on campaign, when I'm working on these issues. And Kira, just in the audience here is a local legend working on media and great member of the community, was just telling me how she's gone to our local beach 7 Mile here and taken photos of the Brahmini kites, a certain bird, and that it's gotten to a crazy point where you'll go down the beach and you'll go down there to take a photo, and here's this bird again to send out to people as a way of respecting and appreciating this area. And that those sort of moments of magic are really sustaining. Those moments of magic where connection is obviously a two-way street is really sustaining and motivating. And I think if you speak with farmers, like we're hearing from Vandana Shiva, the local knowledge is your local interaction with your ecosystem. Speak with the farmer who has their hands in the soil and gives attention to their plants, and they'll tell you how proportionately in balance those plants, that land will give back to them. It's not just you giving attention to this other thing, it's them also giving attention to you. And I really feel that sense of connection is something that actually was a living part of ancient life, ancient cultures, taking from Helena's other aspect of her work in her Ancient Futures book, of incorporating old ways into this moment now, old ways into this modern life. I really feel like in the details of that idea is this kind of interaction where an ancient culture would have a song for a bird. They would have ceremonies for the local dolphin population. How could you not? Look how beautiful that is. And to think that there was so much time spent on interacting with your local sphere, that surely it would also attend you and give attention to you and give you these experiences that are so full of magic, that sustain you and give you so much compassion for the place that you live and the other animals that share it with us. So I feel like a bit of a novice at this conference, one that's been asked to come and speak, but I really want to listen more than speaking here, because there is some amazing minds and hearts in this room, and over the next 2 days I feel like it's going to really be an experience where for that young fella we can go out from here and communicate clearly a path forward. And so for that I'm extremely grateful, and for being invited here by Helena and John. I really just want to say thank you for providing an option, a way forward, something that for those of us who are here hear a lot of negativity and perhaps not so many tangible options forward, this is something that really feels tangible and something we can run with. And for me, that's really exciting. So I hope everyone has a wonderful conference, and I would love to meet with anyone here and figure any way to move forward and bring the knowledge and the wisdom that's in this room to the young people who kind of aren't really in this room right now. You know, there's only a few of us who are perhaps under 30 in this room, and I feel like it's a great opportunity for us to move out from here and bring this message to those young people who are ready and willing to hear what's been spoken at this conference. So thank you very much, and gratitude.